Hi, Bob Thompson for Smartphone Matters. Today, a quick update on Google Project's Phi Speedtest results. The first item that I wanted to cover was I was in Nashua, New Hampshire recently, and I had the opportunity to run a couple speed tests. I wanted to share those results with you. They were particularly impressive. Top two tests here were run in Nashua, and you can see we had a speed of 41.13 megabits per second and an up speed of 16 megabits per second and a ping time of 37. And then the top result here is 56.04 megabits per second down and 17.44 megabits per second up and a ping time of 39. So those are very impressive results. As far as I was able to tell, I was connected to Project Phi's T-Mobile network, and the performance there in Nashua, New Hampshire was very good. All right, so the second issue that I wanted to address was pointed out by a couple of commenters on YouTube, and that was with my results reported from my trip to Hong Kong and Shanghai. I reported results in kilobits per second. I was actually wrong in doing that. I just wanted to take a couple minutes and walk through what the issue was. When we run speed tests here on Smartphone Matters, we usually run them in Mbps, or megabits per second. Mbps is megabits per second. 1 megabit per second is 1 million bits per second. Speedtest also has the setting to report the results in KBS. KB/S is not kilobits per second like I reported. It's kilobytes per second. 1 kilobyte per second is 8,000 bits per second, because 1 kilobit per second would be 1,000 bits per second. So there's 8 bits in a byte. So why is this relevant? Well, because Google Project Phi says you'll see 256 kilobits per second data speeds when traveling internationally. That's 256,000 bits per second. That would be 256 kilobits per second, or kbps. When you convert that to kilobytes per second, that would be 32 kilobytes per second. The way I reported the results made it seem like speed was nowhere near what was advertised by Google's Project Phi. I do apologize for that error, and I thank the commenters for pointing that out. If we just quickly change back into kilobytes per second, go back to the results page, you'll see now that some of these slower speeds that I did see when I was traveling abroad in September, download speeds are 11.9 kilobytes per second, 31.6 kilobytes per second, 29.9 kilobytes per second. Those numbers are actually very close to the reported ceiling of 32 kilobytes per second. You'll see some of the other results were 10 and 13, much closer to the advertised speeds that Google advertised. Again, I apologize for that error, and thanks for pointing that out, guys. Finally, one last comment I did want to address. One of the readers watched my first Google Phi speed test video and said that test isn't really valid because when you compared Google's Project Phi speed test results to the Straight Talk ATT network, one speed test connected to a server in New York, which was probably the Project Phi one, while the other one connected to a server in Massachusetts. While that is true, I don't really think that made that much of a difference. When I made that video, I had to move around the office to a number of locations even to get Google's Project Phi to connect to an LTE network. I was getting Edge and 3G and HSPA or H connections. And then I finally found that desk in that location where I was getting an LTE signal to run that test. The second point that I wanted to make, I really didn't mean that video to be a comparison of the two networks or try and imply one is better than the other. I had set out to just make a video about the Project Phi speed test results. And since I had my iPhone 6 there with the Straight Talk AT&T SIM in there, I just decided to throw it in and run it in the video. And I don't think I even titled the video or billed it as a comparison. I just kind of put it in at the last moment. And I really shouldn't have done that, or I should have been clear whether or not I meant to do a comparison between the two services. All right, well, I think that's enough for this update. Thanks for watching. If you found this useful, give us a like on YouTube. If you want to see more videos from us, subscribe to the Smartphone Matters YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.